Hello and welcome back to Dream Daddy on PlayFrame.
Yay!
Daniel and I are sitting on the couch recording this over bowls of ice cream.
That's true. We did have ice cream.
Y'all,
get off my back. I do occasionally bring sweets to this equation.
Now look, I'm sure none of them were pushy or even mentioned it in the comments. I'm sure nobody brought it up. And I'm sure nobody's mentioned the donuts I'm owed.
Listen, we're going to get donuts later, all right? Get off me, comments.
You keep saying that. You keep saying that.
Look, you can't just go out and get donuts, okay?
Yeah. They don't sell those anywhere.
No.
Top pot. Yeah, nowhere.
Amanda and I sit on the couch. This is your line. I can't.
Way to try and duck your responsibility for donut acquisition. Amanda and I sit on the couch trying to find something to watch over bowls of ice cream.
Oh, cool. Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Trucker. Wow, that's a mouthful. Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers is on. Your favorite, right?
Oh, man. Oh, heck yes. They have to make it over the Canadian tundra before the ice roads melt, but they're also hunting ghosts. Also, the trucks are haunted.
It sounds like a good show.
I mean, I think so. This is an episode I've already seen, but it's one of the best. Callum and Flint Dogbone, the twin brothers truck driving and ghost hunting duo. The twin brother truck driving and ghost hunting duo.
It's hard, right?
Find themselves in the greatest peril yet.
Oh no, the ghost done got control of the truck. I can't steer on them there damn ice roads.
That's not how Canadian ice truckers would sound, but you read that correctly.
Let me use this EVP meter to try and communicate with the spirits. Flint, we're about to die. I almost got it. If you listen carefully, it sounds like it's saying, you're going to die. I should be able to do this accent. This is my roots. This is my people.
You're doing it.
Not Canadians, but Southern.
Yeah. You're doing it.
That's because we are about to die. This is art.
The episode ends and Amanda excuses herself to go and start arguments on the internet.
Good kid. I feel like I've clipped my audio 4 times already in this episode.
Thanks.
So apologies in advance. Anyway, continue.
I stay up a little longer, curious about the exploits of Callum and Flint Dogbone after their disastrous ice road accident. Afterward, I crawl into bed and get a good night's sleep.
Productive
that sounds
evening.
Wonderful.
Yeah, sleep is important. Make sure you're getting enough.
I try.
Are these dad tips all written up somewhere? I feel like they must be.
Probably,
I hope so. Morning, sleepyhead.
Oh, what? 5 more minutes.
You have never, ever let me have 5 more minutes, so get up.
Fine. We have cereal for breakfast and spend the morning putting together furniture. Amanda is much better at interpreting the tiny manuals. We're able to put together a few shelves and 1 desk, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a bookcase.
So, you excited for the cookout today? Oh yeah, it's today.
Ooh.
Are you excited to beef up your grilling skills? Or are you excited that there's food? Or
I'm excited there's food.
Yeah.
I am all over those terrible store-bought sugar cookies that everyone brings to parties.
Yeah, those are bad.
Which means there are more for me.
Don't you want to meet some of the people in the neighborhood?
No.
Just their cookies.
I'll probably end up standing uncomfortably in the corner with a plate of food and hoping that nobody talks to me. That is so on brand.
Yeah, finally, you and Liam are in sync. It was looking really iffy there for a while.
Yeah, if I can actually hide under a table, with a tablecloth and all, legit, that's where I'd be.
Dad, you're a beautiful work in progress. We will get that butterfly to emerge from the cocoon.
Oh.
The social butterfly.
Nope. Well, we better... I'm so distracted by wanting to say no, and hide forever. Well, we better start getting ready. We definitely don't want to be late.
Whoa!
What? No, we have to be fashionably late. Who shows up to a cookout on time?
You know what? We're going early, just because you said that. I head out the door and Amanda reluctantly follows. We walk across the street to Joseph's house with a with a store-bought veggie plate. I'm a terrible cook if it doesn't involve a grill.
That's better than me. I'm a terrible cook, whether a grill is involved or not.
I mean, you're not terrible. You just don't really
I just know how to cook like 2 things.
do it
It's
much.
true.
I mean, maybe you'd be terrible if you tried,
That's true.
but probably not. It's
Blue
just
Apron, come
instinctual.
sponsor us and maybe I'll try cooking.
It's mostly just following instructions. But
I can do that sometimes.
yeah, I guess we're not as early as we thought. Joseph's backyard is already packed with people, and the smell of hot dogs wafts through the air.
Ooh.
Small children run through a sprinkler, and adults chat in small clusters. That's a lot of smalls. And one of them is a smell.
It's a nice back porch, though.
Ooh, yeah. I set our veggie plate down on a table next to 2 other veggie plates. Huh. Hey, there's Joseph. I wave to get his attention. The moment he sees us, he jogs over, arms open wide.
Oh.
Welcome. I'm so glad you 2 are here. And you brought veggies. Let me introduce you to my family. Kids, come on over here. This is Chris, my eldest. Hi. This is Christian and Christy. They're twins.
Ah.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect children. They stare creepily and say nothing.
Amanda looks alarmed. Then, of course, there's our youngest, Krish.
Look, that's not even a name.
You made that one up. Wait, where's Krish? Maybe Mary put him in his crib.
Oh no, it's the woman from the bar the other night. What is she doing here?
Awkward. Oh, how could I forget my lovely wife, Mary?
Joseph pecks her on the cheek, and she smiles.
Mary, sweetheart, did you put Krish to bed? I'll have to go look for him. What? You'll have to...
Joseph takes a moment and regains his composure.
Mary, this is our new neighbor, Liam, and his daughter, Amanda. I'd shake your hand, but I have a glass of wine that I need to tend to. I love her.
Nice to, meet you, Mary. For the first time?
Charmed. Well, I have to go over there now.
Mary leaves. Oh gosh, this is so awkward. I wonder if Joseph knows. I wonder if Mary knows that Joseph knows. I wonder if Joseph knows that Mary knows that I know. It takes all of my energy not to run away from the barbecue and start fresh in a new city. I'm gonna say different feels from Liam here. Like,
Yeah?
she flirted with me in a bar.
That's true. I guess there's an awkwardness of you're having to, like, you get the sense that there's a secret you need to keep that you didn't sign on for.
But
Because, like, you don't have an obligation to say, hey, I have met Mary in a bar, she hit on me. You shouldn't say that.
right. But what leads me to believe that that is something not part of their relationship?
I guess it's something that you don't want to roll the dice on assuming it is. I think it's something that is more likely not to be.
But assuming
Especially if she doesn't if she doesn't say that it is. If she is there in the group and say like, hey, nice to, all right, well, yeah, we're not talking.
I mean, she seems kind of, she seems like she is kind of brushing everyone off all the time.
True.
Like, she seemed that way when she was hitting on me in the bar, too. Like, she was doing it to get a drink, not to actually hit on me.
Very true. Also,
and this doesn't feel like she is brushing me, like she's trying to hide something. It feels like she's just, like, not that interested in talking.
very true. Also, though, like, though it is entirely possible that it could be like just any couple sort of thing that they're like sort of not entirely like monogamous or that they date other people and all that. If I got the vibe off of a couple that at least one of them was very religious, I would just kind of assume probably not. And he is a youth minister who names all of his kids after Christ. So
That is fair.
So I just sort of guess like it's possible, but I'm not going to roll the dice on that being
Arguably,
being correct.
If my husband Joseph had married me Mary and then named all of our children versions of Christ,
Boy, it does seem weird when you put it that way.
I might be drinking heavily and flirting with boys in bars too.
Yeah.
Like this,
That is a bit much.
there's some awkward vibes about the two of them for sure. But like, it's not my responsibility to deal with any of that awkwardness. And I'm happy to leave that to them.
Yeah.
This is me creating a barrier between their relationship and me.
I guess that's good to do.
It is, like, that's a healthy thing, but like, I'm not concerned about their interaction with each other or what she does with boys in bars.
True, but it does mean that you are implicitly or not even implicitly, that you are now in a situation where you have information that you have to hide from your new friend that you did not sign on to have to. That's information you did not sign on to have to hide.
I don't know. It's not my place. None of it's my place.
That's entirely true.
And I think Joseph is kind of, to be honest, lower on my tier of dads in some ways.
It's a very competitive dad scene out here.
It is, and there are several dads that I would rank higher than him.
Yeah.
So that's part of my not gonna deal with this. All of this.
Yeah, this does put up like a whole bunch of like red flags of like, you know what, I'm just gonna go see what's going on with these other dads, huh?
Just to clarify, of 4 children is 1, 2, 3, 4 more children than I want to have to deal with.
4 children with an altogether too on-brand naming theme and a weird sort of marital conflict, something going on. I'm sure that for some people this is a very intriguing dad character. Yeah, but for me also, yes, it is sort of like I'm just gonna go see what these other guys are doing.
Yeah, like the cookies were great. I really liked the cookies.
Loved the cookies.
The cookies that
This is great. Y'all are all great. Okay, I'm gonna go over here.
The great cookies that your great zombie Christ twin child put the chocolate chip cookies in. Those are great cookies. And that's a great child, and all the other children are also great. And also, yeah.
Zombie Christ Twin sounds very much like a metal album I'd love to hear. Anyway, sorry, we went on a long tangent there.
Apologies, but this is a whole situation I'm not stepping into. That's my thing.
We are on the same page, I think. My wife has a wonderful sense of humor. But please, you two enjoy the barbecue. All the guys are really excited to meet you.
Amanda and I mill around and try some food spread out on the table. I pick up some deviled eggs. Amanda grabs a small paper plate and immediately begins piling it with baked goods. My kid.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't want to have to make friends.
Ugh.
Come on, Dad. Who are you going to party with when I go off to school?
But I don't want to have to do pleasantries.
Dad.
They're gonna talk to me about weather.
Ugh.
Go do it. Make a friend.
But how could I possibly abandon my only child at a social function? That's bad parenting.
This plate of cookies is my new dad. Bye.
Amanda shoves me into the center of the yard. Well, here goes nothing. I look around the party and am surprised to see some familiar faces.
Hey!
Isn't that the barista from the Coffee Spoon?
You're much less complicated. Hello.
Hello. Didn't I meet that guy at the bar?
You're possibly complicated.
I only know from an alternate universe playthrough that you are definitely complicated and low-key terrifying to me even now.
Very cool, though.
So cool.
Love your jacket.
Still feeling like I need to hide from this man. Didn't that guy throw a frisbee at my head?
He did.
I still think he's cute.
Successfully.
Isn't that the guy who is throwing a fit in Dead Goth and Beyond?
Absolutely.
Isn't that Amanda's teacher?
Yep.
Hey, I know Craig.
All the dads are here.
But wait a second. All of these people live in our cul-de-sac? That can't be right. I'd better investigate.
I'm trying really hard to think of like some sort of portmanteau of dad and harem, but I can't.
Darum?
It's
Had?
It's not, yeah, it just doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like
no.
if one existed, that would be the title of this game. So anyway.
Wiser minds than ours.
It's true. Which of these groups do we talk to? This is so important.
Okay. So.
I think we can talk to all of them, but who do we talk
Yeah.
to first?
Let's talk to this group first because it's the people it's got the largest number of people I'm the most excited about.
Yeah, Matt, Hugo, and Craig. Let's do it.
I am already triaging my dads. Matt and Hugo seem to be embroiled in an intense discussion. Craig looks on, smiling politely. I walk over and say hello.
Well, I don't think it's fair to try and compare two art movements like that. Periods in art only exist because they're a unique byproduct of the social and political climate of a time and place, and to try to take something like, say, the Rococo period and compare it to postmodernism in America, you're completely disregarding the context in which a work of art is created.
Matt and Hugo seem to be so busy talking that they don't notice me. Craig leans in.
Dude, I have no idea what's happening.
Oh, dang. I want to do both of these things.
I do too. Oh gosh, like I want to help Craig out, but I'm very interested in hearing them ramble.
Right? Help me. Make my decision for me, please.
You know what? Craig's stuck here no matter what. Let's and we can't interrupt, so let's just listen.
Just listen?
I think so.
Okay.
That kind of comparison just eliminates the reason art movements are so important in the first place. You're not wrong, but I think there's no harm comparing one work of art to another. You could definitely say one painting is better than another if you're evaluating technical skill from a purely formalist standpoint. If I showed you a Matisse and then something by the Dutch masters, which one did you say shows more technical prowess?
Okay, so that's an interesting question.
It's true.
And
You and Liam are out of sync again.
I don't think that either of these men is entirely wrong. Like the cultural context and the time and place that the work was made in does lend a lot of context to it. And the varying levels of mastery of craft,
No, you're right. They're too hot to be wrong.
you're not even engaging in this intellectual debate. I feel like you're here for something completely different. Aren't we here to talk about art?
I'm superficial. Sue me.
I'm just saying, I have a personal preference for the Dutch masters because their skill and craft their rendering skill is so amazing to me. Matisse is about capturing something else entirely. And so I feel like there are comparisons to be made, not necessarily one is better than the other, but how the two interact together.
That makes sense, though I do definitely feel for Craig right now.
Liam is so lost right now. Liam shoots a worried glance over to Craig, who returns it.
Well, sure, you could say the Dutch masters were technically more skilled, but I would argue that while the Dutch masters were better painters, Matisse had better paintings overall.
So see, you're comparing the two, just like you said you couldn't.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, or, well, that's pretty subjective, or art is dead.
I think we should lean into our current feelings. Liam's current feelings.
Well, no, go with you. Like, you're, steer Liam where you are wanting to go. Liam's not the
Okay.
boss of you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm confused. Who is the player and who is the playee?
I mean, I think you're the player and Liam is the character, and Liam needs to, shape up.
Get on board?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're sure.
How do you mean?
Well, that painting of the guy with the apple in front of his face is pretty nice. Matisse rocks.
Bless him, Liam's trying. That's Magritte, and I'm not sure that I said that right.
Right. Art. Sorry.
You're fine, dude.
Oops. Sorry.
We were just discussing the importance of context when talking about artwork. Listen, all I asked was if you liked Van Gogh or Picasso better.
Hugo throws up his hands in frustration, but that's a valid comparison. Ugh.
But they represent two completely different art movements. How could I possibly choose between the thick, creamy impasto of I'm gonna say a lot of words wrong, post-impressionism and the abstractionist beauty of cubism?
If you can't choose, that's still a comparison. I mean, it's at least sparking an interesting conversation.
Sparking my interest in what's impasto. Sounds delicious.
I don't know enough art to be able to tell you, so I'm gonna let you look it up.
Impasto.
Man, that's all way above my head.
Noun, the process or technique of laying on paint or pigment thickly so that it stands out from a surface. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I've
Hey,
seen
we
that
learned
done.
a thing together, everyone. Me too. It's all good, man. The cool thing about art is that we all perceive it differently. A single piece can have a totally different effect on each person that looks at it, and that's awesome. Just 1 minute about that.
Hugo, don't you start?
Hugo, go start. Hugo, please. Sorry, I get really fired up about art stuff. Liam, how are you liking the neighborhood?
Swallowing words about the death of the author. It's pretty nice. Everyone's being super friendly.
Seems like your daughter's fitting in just fine.
Matt points across the yard to where Amanda, Daisy, and another young girl are playing. They're all sitting cross-legged in the grass, picking weeds and weaving them into little flower crowns. It's pretty adorable. The girl I don't recognize jogs over to us.
Hey.
What is this, sweetheart? It's a flower crown. I thought you'd look cute in it.
Hey.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
How precious and adorable.
She's
with a big
adorable.
smile. Oh. Matt takes the flower crown and places it on his head.
Hey.
Am I cool now? Yeah.
My heart.
I dig it.
My heart. What a beautiful man.
So good.
The girl stares at him, thinking it over.
Nope, but you're slightly less uncool than you were before you put it on.
Hey.
Hey, Liam, this is my daughter.
I'm sorry. Look at this casual beauty. Look at his amazing arm tattoos and his beautiful hair and his flower crown and the,
He's got
loosely
everything.
untucked shirt. How is he not cool? Look at him.
Well, I mean, she's his daughter. She has to think that.
Ugh. Hello.
I'm Carmencita.
Amanda comes over with Daisy in tow.
Daisy. Dad, look, I'm making friends.
Oh, sure, rub it in my face. I'm debating art.
Are you making friends? You better be making friends.
Yeah, actually. Amanda, you remember the cool barista from the coffee shop, and my old college friend, and, your teacher.
Oh, hi, Mr. Vega. I didn't realize we were neighbors.
Ah.
Yep. You still gonna get me that overdue term paper?
Ugh.
Great seeing you.
Amanda finger guns her way out of the conversation like a champ. She learned the finger guns moved from me. I'm very proud.
Oh.
She's definitely a charmer. Speaking of which, where did my son go?
Whoa.
Hugo looks around the party. He must finally spot him because his eyes go wide.
Whoa.
Ernest! Ernest Hemingway Vega, are you smoking?
Ernest is holding a lit cigarette.
Nope.
I see Ernest across the way. He casually takes a long drag of his cigarette and then flicks it into a gutter.
I like Ernest. Unbelievable. Excuse me.
Hugo marches over to Ernest, and I turn my attention to Matt and Craig. Kids, right?
Hey.
Man, I do not envy Hugo. The last barbecue we had, Ernest tried to shove a sparkler down Joseph's pants. Nearly burned down half the yard. And the barbecue before that we had before that, he actually burned down half the yard. And then it spread onto my lawn and burned down half of my yard too.
Oh, dang.
I don't know.
Hugo walks back over to us, practically dragging Ernest behind him. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Ernest.
Oh, child.
Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. Liam, this is my son, Ernest.
Hello. Ernest looks away, sulking, his hands shoved deep in his pockets. Hugo nudges him impatiently.
Hey,
Nice to meet you, Ernest. What grade you in?
Does it matter?
Oh.
Ernest. Okay, I'm in 8th grade. God, are you happy now? I'm sure you were just dying to know.
Yeah. Good for you.
Can I go now? I'm tired of talking to old dudes who blame my generation for the failing economy. Well, it's got us there.
What?
I don't know.
Child.
Ernest!
Ooh.
Oh yeah, because I'm totally embarrassing you.
You're a
I mean, a little.
13-year-old. How could you ruin or fix the economy? You don't have money, child. You're an
And
idiot.
that's your problem. That's why you're ruining our economy so much.
You're not responsible for our
Have
economy.
money, idiot.
I don't like that kid. I have problems.
That's okay. That kid also doesn't like any of us and also has problems, so.
Mm-hmm. Ernest puts in earbuds and storms off to stand in the corner. Well, that was certainly something. He seems... Hugo puts his head in his hands and sighs.
I'm so sorry. He's having a really rough time. As much as I want to be the cool dad, I have to be the authoritarian dad, and he clearly resents me for it.
Nice.
I mean, I think as a dad and a teacher, that's about as authoritarian as you can get.
Also, you named him Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah, man. Honestly, are any of us cool dads? Shut up, man. Is it even possible to be a cool dad, I say, with my, like, flower crown?
Fabulous flower crown with my excellent looks and my perfect job and child.
Yeah,
and,
I feel like all the other dads at this party are rolling their eyes right now.
right? Like the coolest dad at the party, possibly barring Robert, but maybe he's a bit of a tryhard.
Yeah.
The coolest dad at the party just said, "Are we any of us cool dads?"
Yeah, you're right, Matt. No, who among us here could possibly claim to be a cool dad?
Yeah, right? I can't imagine. What? I'm cool as a cucumber. And also pasty white.
True.
Jeez. I mean, realistic, but geez.
Hey, dude.
See, that right there. You can't say that.
I don't know.
My kids think I'm cool. But for how long, Craig? How long do we get to be the cool dads?
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh!
I think we just have to accept the fact that as dads, we've become the machine we once raged against, and accept our fate to unironically wear socks with sandals. Your kids may think you're cool now, but the moment they hit puberty, you're doomed.
Absolutely read that as socks over sandals, and I want to see the person who would do that monstrous thing.
Maybe that's like the next generation of dad wear. Socks over sandals.
Like, I'm gonna put on my Birkenstocks and then pull a pair of white calf-high socks over them. It's so good. Amanda's 18 and she still thinks I'm cool. I yell across the yard to my daughter, "Amanda! I'm cool, right?" Amanda just laughs. She keeps laughing. I see your point.
Oh, no.
As much as we all want it, I don't think it's as important to be a cool dad as it is to be a good dad. We can't all be best friends with our kids. It just doesn't work. I mean, look at me and Ernest.
Oh.
Our job as parents is to make sure our kids turn out okay.
Fair.
Yeah, you're right, but it'd be nice to have it both ways.
Hearing these guys talk about this makes me think of my relationship with Amanda. We get along so well, but there might come a time when it won't be like that. Is college when that happens?
Oh. Hey.
Don't let us eat up your time, Liam. Go meet some of the other people around the neighborhood.
I don't know. When was the time that you stopped thinking your parents were cool? Or did you ever?
I don't know if I ever
guess.
thought of my parents as cool. Like, I liked them.
Yeah.
I just, like, like, my conception of cool was always just so very skewed.
Fair. Yeah. I stopped thinking my mom was right about everything sometime in like late elementary, middle school, somewhere around there. I stopped thinking my dad was right about everything like 4 years ago. Like into my 30s before I stopped thinking he was correct about everything.
Sure. I don't remember, like, my perception of my parents very well. Like,
Like from teenagehood.
Yeah. It's really hard for me to not
All
let it
of
be
us-
colored by my perception of them
Yeah.
like now. So
Everybody thought your parents were really super cool.
yeah.
Your
And
dad-
I never had a phase where I, as a teenager, like disliked my parents or didn't want to
Yeah.
have anything to do with them. Like I just felt like I was much more, like I didn't hit an extreme point on either end with
Yeah.
my perception of my parents at any point.
Your dad was like so cool and kind-hearted and like loving, and everybody saw that. Like he was seriously, his smile could just light anybody up.
Aw,
And
I'm
your
sure
mom,
they'd love to hear that.
Yeah. And your mom is literally like the definition of the cool mom. Like all of the girls in our class adored her and wanted to hang out with her.
Well, there you have it, folks. My parents were cool. So
I mean,
take
too
that.
bad you. I mean,
And I just wasn't cool enough to know, and I still aren't.
I mean, maybe you can only have it one way or the other. Either cool parents and not cool kids, or cool kids and not cool parents.
I guess so.
Maybe that's the true balance.
Have you ever seen cool parents with cool kids? No. No.
We have a friend
Wait.
who is a parent
Shoot, you're right.
who has a kid who's super cool.
My theory
We
made so
won't-
much sense until it was wrong.
Won't call them out on the channel, but yeah, that's a thing.
Fine. All right, who do we hang out with next?
I want to do Robert and Brian next.
Robert and Brian. Let's see how they do.
I avoided this conversation last time.
Did you actually ignore Robert completely?
I tried my darndest not to speak with Robert at all, and I'm pretty sure when I went into this conversation, he just like walked out.
Oh, that's really funny.
But
I wonder what he'll do this time.
Hmm?
I wonder what he'll do this time.
I don't know. I'm also curious about Brian because last time I played through the game, I lost to him in the daughter battle.
True.
And
Now we've asserted
this
like
time,
daughter authority.
I won, and it has changed my perspective on Brian. I feel less antagonized by him because I feel like we're on equal footing.
You feel less threatened by him.
That, yes.
Okay.
I glance across the yard and notice Robert and Brian are chatting over drinks. Man, I don't think I want to deal with being one-upped by Brian or whatever happened with Robert last night.
Indeed.
At least it's not what happened last playthrough.
True.
Oh no, they caught me staring. Oh no, Brian's waving me over. Shoot. I flash a smile and walk over to them. Hey, guys.
Liam, how the heck are you? Settling into the neighborhood all right?
Oh, you betcha. Got the living room in order at least.
That's great to hear. I've been doing some living room work as well. Finally got the 50-inch in there. The game looks great in high def.
Dang. Oh boy.
Hey, Liam, have you met Robert yet?
Yeah, we've met. Robert regards me over his whiskey.
Good seeing you again.
He spoke.
We were just talking about my most recent camping trip. Spent a night out in the woods with Daisy and Maxwell. She's definitely an outdoorsy one. Even caught her first fish.
Daisy or Maxwell? Probably Daisy.
Probably.
I don't think the dog does much fishing.
No. It's good to see you taking your daughter out like that. I bet she loved it.
And it's great that she loves the outdoors. Mine loves being inside.
Well,
Brian raises his eyebrows at me. Being inside making art. She won a local competition for that art. Yep. Did I put it on too strongly? Robert stares at me blankly for a second. This is beautiful.
Anyway, I haven't gone camping in years. Not since the last time.
Same here. Well, things change once you have kids. Wait, what happened the last time? Robert takes a long sip of whiskey.
Ooh, story. Well, old Johnny Boy and me were out in the backcountry. Johnny Boy's a strong kid. Met him in my army days. Comes from Kansas. They build him tougher out there. Anyway, things go south pretty quick. Johnny Boy breaks his ankle when the rope bridge snaps. You can see the bone popping out through the skin. Johnny Boy's screaming now, crying for his mama, losing blood. We were 2 days out from the next living soul, and here I am with my dear friend bleeding out in front of me. I'm able to dress the wound, but now I got a fireman carry a 6-foot, 180-pound man out of some of the toughest terrain I've ever been in. I won't lie to you, there were moments during those 2 days when I thought about leaving old Johnny Boy. But you build a bond with your brother in arms, and that bond never breaks. I got that boy back to civilization, but I lost some of me out there. Guess that's camping for you.
Brian and I stare in disbelief. Robert takes another long sip of whiskey.
I'm just kidding. My friend John and I went inner tubing down a river and he lost a flip-flop. I miss that kid.
He shut Brian up.
He did.
Brian looks so legitimately concerned. Brian and I laugh nervously.
Or am I kidding?
Brian and I tense up again.
Hey. I'm kidding.
He's funny when he's not terrifying. Ew.
Huh.
Amanda and Daisy barrel up to us, laughing. Daisy's holding a paper plate in front of her like a steering wheel.
We gotta get off this haunted truck. Oh no, the ghost locked the doors. Quick, hit the emergency escape button. But trucks don't have emergency escape buttons.
Oh.
Then hit the brake, I guess, and then we'll get out of the truck. The imaginary truck. Anyway, we're safe from the ghosts, but how will we ever survive this Arctic tundra? Daisy, you might have to eat me. Are you prepared to do that? I'm prepared to do anything to survive.
Look at her face. She's so precious.
Look at how smug they are. That's cold-blooded. I like that. Although I'm not sure I have the materials required to properly cook you. You know, that reminds me of the last time I went skiing. Robert. Wait a second, are you guys playing Long Haul Ice Road Paranormal Ghost Truckers? Yeah.
Amanda and I love that show.
It's the best, especially that episode where Callum hides Flint's keys and...
Flint retaliates by breaking an ancient cursed urn and sending the spirit after him. Yeah, that's such a quality reality television.
I don't watch a whole lot of television, but I do enjoy that show. That and war documentaries. All right, Daisy, I found us a couple of bugs. They're gonna make a great meal. Lots of protein. Gonna keep us from starving out here in this harsh, icy wasteland. But there's a whole table of food right over Daisy, it's a game. We're playing pretend. It's what kids do. Live a little.
Amanda gives Daisy a handful of gummy worms from the snack table. They eat them with mock disgust.
Let's go find kindling for a fire. Okay,
I hear Ernest has some,
but not an actual fire. Because we're playing pretend?
but I hear Ernest has some.
Now you're getting it.
Daisy and Amanda run off. What a cute couple of kids.
Man, I've never seen her get along with anyone so quickly.
I guess Amanda just sort of has a way with kids.
That's kind of amazing. Daisy doesn't really get along with kids her age.
It's nice that he's not trying to one-up me this time. Maybe we can have a regular friendship after all. Really?
She just kind of keeps to herself. Her teachers say she spends every recess in the library. I think the other kids are intimidated by her intelligence.
There it is.
Yep.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. Amanda was shy at Daisy's age, too. She used to have a habit of crawling under tables and crying every time we took her to a restaurant.
Now she's trying to make us make friends. Make up your mind.
And that's exactly what I wanted to do, crawl under a table and cry. Or at least not make friends.
We learned it from you, Amanda.
Right? We learned it from watching you. She bit people, too.
We haven't grown to that point. Kids, right?
Gotta love them. You're required to. By law.
I hear that. Well, since they're getting along so well, maybe we should try to put out a little, try to put together a little play date for them.
They do seem to get along really well, but the thought of continually hearing about all Brian's accomplishments is rough.
I have so many!
Yeah, that'd be nice. Also, a play date between an 18-year-old and a 10-year-old?
Yeah.
That's like a babysitting gig.
We're definitely, playing
Pay
fast
my-
and loose with Amanda's age here
Yeah.
a little bit, but yeah.
Pay my child to babysit your kid. And I've been the 18-year-old who's playing with a 10-year-old or a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
I've been that kid, and I've considered those younger kids my friends, and that's fine and well, but also don't call it a play date
Yeah.
for a person who is able to like vote and buy cigarettes and join the military.
True.
Like, that's not a play date.
Yeah.
She's of the age of majority. Yeah.
Ah.
Anyway,
Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Go meet some of the other fellas. We will, but next time, we will continue this lovely barbecue. Thank you all very much for watching,
yes.
and I hope you have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you later for more dad dating, or that is to say, some dad dating. I promise it's coming.
It is coming. Until then, just enjoy us hanging out with these dads.
It's a slow burn, everyone. You can't just jump right to third dad base or whatever. You have to...
I mean, you can, but you'll feel real weird about it for the rest of the game if it's not what you explicitly intended to do when you walked in that door.
That's true. There are certain circumstances in which you can definitely jump straight to third dad base, and that's okay.
That's a choice you are allowed to make, and if it's what's right for you, then go for it.
Anyway, bye!
Bye-bye!